Hello friends, Vlad here, and I hope you guys had an amazing weekend, and also you will have an amazing week since it's about to start, and because it is Monday and because we don't actually have new Marvel's Avengers content to talk about, I decided to start a new series of videos for one of the two games we'll get to play in the future. Because you see, we already know that November will be a full month for gamers, since well, we have Watch Dogs Legion, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Godfall, and obviously Cyberpunk 2077. And I'm going to try and cover all of them just as I did with Marvel's Avengers, but once we finish them, chances are we will need to find more games to play. And in this video, we will talk about a little title that will be released in December, and in my opinion, it is an underrated game that has huge potential to become a hit. And I'm going to tell you why as well. So, this is the first video in a series that I'm planning to upload for a project that I have followed for a very long time. Yes, we will talk about Immortals Fenyx Rising, or the former Gods and Monsters. Now, because this is the first video, I thought we should learn more about Immortals Fenyx Rising, but in the future we will try to go the extra mile and deep dive into the details we have for now. So let's start from the beginning as usual with some basic details. What is Immortal Fenyx Rising? Well, first of all, it's an action-adventure video game developed by Ubisoft Quebec and published by Ubisoft. It will be released on December 3rd this year on all major platforms such as PC, Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Stadia, Xbox One and Xbox Series X and S. It was announced back in 2019 at E3, but back then it was known as Gods and Monsters. This year, however, on September 10th, during Ubisoft Forward, the title was re-revealed under a new name, Immortals Fenyx Rising. Good, so it is an action-adventure game set in a huge open world we get to explore while playing as Fenyx, a Greek female warrior. Before we move forward with the story, let me tell you that Immortals Fenyx Rising is a single-player game and it features only one playable character, Fenyx. Right then, so we have the basic details, now let's talk about the story. The Immortals Fenyx Rising story revolves around, well, Fenyx, who is a Greek soldier and a demigod. If you don't know what a demigod is, well, it is the offspring of a god and a human. For example, in Greek mythology, Achilles and Theseus were both demigods, and in Roman mythology, Hercules was a demigod. Even Kratos from God of War was formerly a demigod. And now we have Fenyx. We do not know who her parents are as of right now, but I am sure we will find out soon enough. So Fenyx wakes up on the Golden Island and realizes that she must save the Greek gods from Titan Typhon. And this Titan is very upset because he was sent to Tartarus by, well, the Greek gods. And here comes Fenyx to rescue them and set the world on its natural course. Now, before talking briefly about combat, what makes me really excited about Immortals Fenyx Rising is the fact that it is developed by Ubisoft Quebec, who delivered us Assassin's Creed Odyssey. And when it comes to Greek mythology in particular, and to mythology and history in general, there are few game developers that can beat Ubisoft, and that is a proven fact. So the studio that worked on Assassin's Creed Odyssey is the one who will give us Immortals Fenyx Rising. Regarding the combat in the game, without going into details because I have a full video dedicated to this topic, our demigod can use both melee and ranged weapons. The melee attacks are divided into light and heavy attacks. Light attacks require swords, heavy attacks require hammers. On top of that, we have aerial combat as well as a large number of epic gear, legendary weapons such as the sword of Achilles, the bow of Odysseus, and legendary powers as well. For example, Ares' spears can thrust enemies into the air. Now, one thing that I noticed is that Immortals Fenyx Rising uses a combat systems based on stamina consumption, meaning that while fighting mobs, if Fenyx's stamina is depleted, she becomes exhausted, and this is a very interesting approach which reminds me of Souls games. Moving on to gameplay elements in general, if you watched this video up to this point, you may have noticed some similarities with other titles such as, let's say, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild or the recently released Genshin Impact. Yes, those are visible clearly, but there are also a lot of differences. Besides the fact that we are talking about a Greek mythology inspired game, which is definitely a lot richer compared to, well, let's say the world of Genshin Impact, Immortals Fenyx Rising features a very large map divided in 7 regions inspired by the Greek gods. All regions can be explored freely without having to unlock them, even though it's clear that new regions hide new enemies which will most likely be more powerful. Speaking of enemies, Again, because of the Greek mythology, Immortals Fenyx Rising will be a lot richer than the two examples I have mentioned. To name just a few, we have Gorgons, Harpies, Hydras, the Cerberus, Griffins, Minotaurs, Cyclops and much more. We also have other dead demigods sent to hunt us down, and we have Volts. Oh, I can't wait to tell you about them. On top of that, we have a lot of puzzles, and these puzzles, based on what I saw up to this point, are amazing. Again, we'll discuss this in a future video. Puzzles play an important role in Immortals Fenyx Rising, and while some of them may look easy to complete, I am expecting mind-breaking ones as well. Next, we have various exploration methods. We can glide using the wings of Daedalus, we can ride, and we can climb. Again, something that we have seen in both Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild and Genshin Impact. And obviously, since we are talking about a Ubisoft game, we have Fenyx's companion, which is a bird obviously, and it's named Phosphor. Phosphor has abilities as well, and you may recognize some of them from Assassin's Creed. Last but not least, there is a customization system which allows us to change the appearance of Fenyx, and a crafting system that can be used to, well, craft items, upgrade weapons and brew potions, which is really cool. And we will do all these in a beautiful world that I can't wait to explore with you guys. Now, as I said, this is one of the projects I've been following for quite some time now, and I had to postpone it because of Marvel's Avengers, but I'll definitely catch up with it, and we will discuss everything about Immortals Fenyx Rising throughout the upcoming weeks. But until then, do let me know what you think about it. I am really curious to know your thoughts and what you expect from developers, what kind of mythical creatures you expect to fight, and what Greek gods you want to meet in this video game. Until next time, stay safe and have a lot of fun.